Hi guys, this is the one shot of Toothpaste by spideywhiteys. So I hope you do enjoy it. Do go leave kudos on the author's page, and if you want to read it yourselves, I'll be putting the link in the description, so you can click right on over to AO3 and watch it. If you have any fanfictions you'd like me to podfic in the future, let me know, and I'll see if I am able to. But yeah. Also, obviously my posting schedule is gonna be a little sporadic, but I am making a little posting schedule and a little bit of a live stream schedule. I will be picking games I want to play for those live streams and podfics to probably do for the weekdays, maybe the weekends, depending on if I have enough time during school day weeks, because school is sadly starting back up next week for whoever is having school start next week for them, or the whatever week whoever's starting that. But yeah, school's starting back up again, and so I have to kind of work around that on my schedule for posting. So yeah, I think that's all. So anyways, let's get into the one shot. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop talking now and start reading. A hero's work is never finished. They don't have set hours, not in a traditional sense. They have shifts, schedule appearances, and times they need to show up at an agency, but they are always on call. Deku does too much. He walks the elderly across busy streets, pulls cats from trees, pummels villains into massive craters, and punches a hole in the stratosphere to destroy incoming missiles. He helps people on his way to work, stays overtime, then ends up stopping at least 5 more crimes before he manages to get a foot in his front door. He wants to carry the world on his shoulders, but forgets to carry his own. Luckily, he has Shinso Hitoshi, who is also pretty shit at taking care of himself, but at least he can take care of Izuku. It's a mutual agreement. Hitoshi makes Izuku remember to eat, and Izuku wrestles Hitoshi into bed when he's staring at the clock at 3 a.m., waiting for time to pass. Izuku has been in love with Shinso Hitoshi since the third year of high school, 2 years after graduation. The public hero Deku and the underground hero persona moved in together. They've been friends for years, close enough to rely on each other, to listen and care and smack sense into a thick head when it's needed. Izuku knows Hitoshi's favorite color, the song he listens to most frequently, the way he likes his eggs cooked. He knows Hitoshi actually snores when he's deep asleep, which doesn't happen too often, but it's adorable all the same. Hitoshi's hands are strong and wide. Hitoshi's hair does stick up like that, but it's worsened by the frantic toweling he's subjected the poor purple mop to every time he gets out of the shower. He likes dressing in dark colors. He likes cute things. When he smiles, like a shark. When he smiles, he looks like a shark. His pupils reflect light in an odd way, like a cat. It scared Izuku more than once in the dark, when he's home super late and trying to not wake his roommate. Except, it's meaningless, because Hitoshi never falls asleep until Izuku comes home. The eye bags never fade, and his resting face makes him look menacing and unapproachable. He's tall and willowy and firm, and and there's a six-pack under his clothes, and his biceps strain, his short sleeves when he curls his arm. Izuku knows all these things, even though he pretends not to notice a few of them. They're just friends after all. The media speculates, sure, but they manage to keep a lot of their personal lives out of the spotlight. He still remembers how fast his heart had pounded when the first paper about a possible love affair between him and Hitoshi hit the stands. It felt like Christmas, like a million billion fireworks in his head and an army of butterflies in his gut. He embarrassed himself that day, bright red and stuttering, scared hands flailing and knocking things over. Sometimes he wants to hold Hitoshi's hand, to see if the other man would let him. He never does get the courage. Hitoshi has been in love with Izuku Midoriya. Midoriya Izuku. Sorry. Since his second year of high school. He is currently the king of pinning, taking the place of Kirishima, who managed to finally wrangle a date with Bakugo last year. Kudos to that guy. Or good luck. Hitoshi doesn't know what a dude like Kirishima sees in a hothead like Bakugo, but he's perfectly happy supporting them, especially since Kirishima has been trying to play Hitoshi's wingman for the past 3 years. His efforts haven't borne fruit yet. It's not hard to fall in love with the literal personification of the sun. It's torture to live in the same apartment as the literal love of his life. It's also the most amazing thing to ever happen to his sorry gay experience. God, he's so gay. Izuku is so hot. Hitoshi wants to do many bad, terrible things, and some very soft things that he will never admit. Not to even under the threat of death. He has a reputation to uphold after all. They use different toothpaste. Izuku is an adorable heathen who brushes his teeth with cinnamon-flavored toothpaste, while Hitoshi settles for the perfectly respectable mint. Hitoshi knows Izuku starts cleaning when he's stressed, just so he can do something with his hands. He knows that Izuku can watch an action movie and still find something to cry about, and his eyes become literal faucets if there's rom-com on. Hitoshi likes watching horror movies, as Izuku will snuggle up to his side every single time, without fail, and cling to his arm. It has resulted in many finger and hand-shaped bruises because Izuku has some frankly ridiculous grip strength. It's totally worth it. Hitoshi knows Izuku is kind. The green-haired man would do anything for anyone, but for Hitoshi, he listens and talks and touches with such ease. He watches movies. He isn't interested in because Hitoshi is. He wants to listen to every single song by a band Hitoshi likes, just so they could have a conversation about it. He never wanted to get down on one knee more than he had that day. At this rate, Hitoshi's going to do something stupid like just straight up ask Izuku to marry him and skip right over the dating part. Not that he would mind. They could literally drive to a damn chapel right now. Izuku is stacked. He's still shorter than Hitoshi, but he's got strong arms and a trim waist, a perfect six-pack, and a impossibly ripped legs, using his quirk in a speed-based manner. He does one manner has done wonders, and Hitoshi ascends every time he gets a look at Izuku in shorts. The magazines have some grain of truth to them. He had been looking at Izuku with love-struck eyes. He did stare a little too long, but only in his dreams. They are in an actual relationship. Hitoshi came really close to confessing in third year, just a week before graduation, but he chickened out at the end and ended up having a panic attack in the bathroom instead. It was awful, and more than a little embarrassing, especially since Aizawa had caught him crying. But at least he and Izuku are still friends. That's his biggest fear, losing the connection they currently have. Not that he thinks Izuku would just drop him. The guy is way too nice for that, but, well, things are different when you have to live with someone who stares at you wistfully and thinks about you in the shower. So every time he comes close to just reaching out and taking Izuku's hand, he stops himself just in time. Not yet, he tells himself. Not yet. Hitoshi brings takeout home on weekends. He's pretty good at cooking, but sometimes the weekends make him want to be lazy. They have a favorite deli shop a few blocks over. The people there recognize their order and greet them like old friends. Hitoshi usually does the pickups because he's less recognizable than Japan's poster boy for all things good and wholesome in the world. When he gets back with their sandwiches, it's nearing 10 p.m., and Izuku is half asleep, belly first on the couch. He's hanging off it, the TV on their two cats. Perched on his back, both of their little heads perk up. When he walks in, and he gifts the sight with one of his first smiles. Izuku, food. The green lump groans. Can't move. Cats. Chuckling low in his throat, Hitoshi drops the bag of takeout on the counter and wanders over. Alright, boys, get off Izu. He wiggles his fingers by their pink noses. Detroit erasure. The two cats putter across Izuku's back, rubbing against Hitoshi's hands lazily. Detroit is a beautiful, slightly overweight fuzzball with a tortoise-shell coat. He's a former stray, but that Hitoshi picked up just a year ago, and Izuku suggested the name Erasure. Erasure is a smoky gray shorter hair whom Hitoshi adopted for himself as a reward for graduating UA. Detroit slinks away, and Hitoshi scoops Eraser off of Izuku's back. When it becomes clear that the cat is content to sit, Izuku sighs and starts to push himself up on trembling arms, looking exhausted. Eraser twists slightly in Hitoshi's grip. Easy, kitten, he murmurs. Oh, I'm okay, Izuku replies, sitting up, completely with a smile. Just a little sore. Hitoshi stares. Izuku stares. Did you? Hitoshi starts. No, nope, Izuku turns, fire engine red. The clash of colors turning his head into a strawberry. I didn't say anything. Nothing at all. How about those sandwiches? Feeling hungry? I'm famished. Thanks again for going out and grabbing those. Hitoshi presses his lips together. A heartbeat loud in his ears. Whatever you say, kitten. Izuku stares in sheer dismay as a sinister, unrepentant grin crawls across Hitoshi's face. He stutters once more and seems to lose ability to form coherent thoughts. Scared hands press against his bread and bear's face. Ugh. Sorry, what was that? Speak up, kitten. Hee-chan, you're just being mean now. He grins, sharp and fond and beautiful. Only to you, kitten. Izuku makes a shrieky noise and claps his hands over his ears. Stop repeating my shame. Come and get your takeout, kitten. Yi-chan, I mean it. When the food is eaten and the teasing has settled down, but not disappeared. No, Hitoshi's going to use that for ages. They find themselves side by side in the bathroom, Izuku with his cinnamon toothpaste and Hitoshi with his mint. Their eyes meet in the mirror, and Izuku smiles at him bashfully, mouth full of toothbrush and foam. Hitoshi laughs with a glob when a glob ends up slipping down the green-haired man's chin, which leads to a spray of foam over the mirror. And soon they're both laughing, and the mirror is a mess. And Hitoshi thinks he just inhaled some minty foam. Izuku's fingers brush his own. That is the end of this short one-shot of Toothpaste by spideywhiteys. I hope you guys enjoyed this short one-shot. Like I said, if you have any recommendations for any other fanfictions for me to read, let me know and I will. But yeah, this is Toothpaste by spideywhiteys. I do like this one shot. I like how both of them just like can't even admit to one of the other that they like each other. I think it's kind of adorable though, especially at the end. It's kind of like a sweet little awesome moment. I think out of every moment there, towards the end is my favorite. I just like that. Like it's just adorable and funny to see at the same time. But anyways, I hope you guys like this. This is going to be posted at like I'm not sure, whatever time I post that and you see this. But yeah, I hope you have a good night or day. This is Toothpaste, like I said. Go read it, go leave kudos. If you also want to read it for yourselves, do that. It's really good podfic to read. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Good night or day wherever you are. Bye.